Hey everybody, hello, hello. It's Monday night and we're live. And tonight I'm broadcasting live from the Oregon coast. And it's so good to be back on the coast. And it's so good to see so many of you. Look at all these faces. Look at all these illuminated, gorgeous faces. I'm jazzed, guys. I got to tell you, Thursday, we had a company leadership call that literally blew my hair back. I mean, I'm so excited as to what the company is doing to help us grow our business this summer. I mean, there's so many fun things happening. So, created a bit of a PowerPoint based on the slides that were shared. And so there's a lot that I want to share with you because you need to know what's going on in the world of Juice Plus. So right off the top, Kathy, if you want to start pulling these pictures up, these images up. All right, well, Travis Garza kicked us off and he said the time for growth, not when, now. This man is serious about helping us explode our business. And I am just so happy to have him at the helm. And I can't wait because on Friday night in July, I get to share the stage with him. And looking forward to spending some time with Travis because he gets us. This man gets us. So, right off the top of the bat, the first thing they talked about on the leadership call, Kathy, if you want to go to the next slide, it was who is coming to Phoenix. They are preparing an amazing conference experience for us in September. Yes, it's early. It's early for a fall conference, but it is going to be amazing. Now, right now, you can still get early bird tickets. It's only $100 to attend the conference. And I know that if you're in Texas, was it last week, Kathy, that Southwest had some amazing, be watching for flights, guys, because last week Southwest had flights to Phoenix. Kathy, what did you pay for your ticket?
Actually, it's my return flight. I paid $49 for a direct flight from Phoenix to Buffalo, New York.
$49.
$49.
Okay, so be watching Southwest. Watch all the airlines. There's a lot of summer specials going on with the airlines. So I'm excited about this, and you're going to see who some of the things that they've planned for us. For the next slide, Ms. Kathy. All right, I could go just for this, a disco party. I mean, I think we should have a team up contest at the disco party. I mean, like cash prizes for people who show up with your best 70s disco wear, and maybe a cash prize for someone who has the best disco moves. But I'm going to tell you, I know it's going to be an absolute blast. And here's the deal. I love that the company is doing all of these gatherings, not just for the elite leadership anymore. Believe me, those Eltons were lovely, but they literally want to create these experiences for the person who's attending for the first time, who might be a partner or a partner plus. So the disco party. All right. Next, Kathy, let's take a look at who are going to be our keynote speakers. Judy Haller. All right, she's an author, has a podcast, an influencer. I'm going to tell you, this girl is high energy. All right, so I checked her out. She has a book, something about, something about fear, and her title is very catchy, about fear and bad boys. But I've got to tell you, this is what she says. First of all, she loves her last name, Haller. And this is what she said: I'm on a mission to use the verb I was born with to inspire people to face their fear and tap into the transformational power of proactive action so they can build a life and a career that reflects who they truly are. So I was kind of watching her, some of these little clips on her Facebook page. This girl is high energy, and I think she is going to be an amazing, amazing keynote speaker. Next keynote speaker, and I am so excited about this guy. Have you guys ever heard of Phil Jones? Anybody heard of Phil Jones other than Kathy? Well, I have been reading Phil Jones for over 10 years. This little book, Exactly What to Say. I have a copy of his book in Plano. And one of the first things that I did when I bought my house on the Oregon coast was I ordered a copy of his book for my Oregon home. Just a little book. Exactly What to Say, the magic words for influence and impact. And I'm going to tell you right now, a truthism is that many of the things that you say, well, that's a Terryism. It's a Phil Jonesism. All right. So, Brandon Barber, who's coach to so many people, he talks about the books that we buy that we never read, that we never finish. Um, he calls them shelf help books because we don't really delve into them and we don't get into action based on what the author is saying. So I love that Brandon calls most of our books shelf help. Um, Guys, this is not a shelf help. You will find yourself referring to this a lot. So I can't wait to meet him. I can't wait to have him autograph my books. It's going to be so much fun to meet him in person. All right, Kathy, what do we have next? Well, there it is. $100. Get to Phoenix. QR code. Many of us have Juice Plus Live app on our phones. Commit. Get there. You will not be disappointed. I think it is going to be a transformational opportunity. I've been doing this business for 30 years. I had my anniversary in May, and in 30 years, I've only missed 2 conferences. Okay, Jen and how many people? If you already have your conference ticket, put it in the chat line. Okay, because I've only missed 2 in 30 years. One because I broke my arm in the middle of the night before we left. I ended up in the emergency room. And of course, this last fall, because my son had brain surgery that day. So if you don't have it, I think we're going to start something on the Team Up Facebook page, enticing people to sign up. Yeah, Nancy bought mine at the last conference. So did I. It's going to be so great. All right, Kathy, what else do you have? All right. One of the things that they talked about were the events that are happening for the summer. And one of the reasons that I love events, guys, is most of the time doing an event is an opportunity for you to expand and grow. It's a growth opportunity, not just for your business, but for yourself. One of the events that's caught the company attention is mixing the product story with the company story. Okay. And this one was Beth Leopold and one of her partners. I don't know where Beth lives, but they did an event it was a sourdough gut workshop, and they called it Bread and Business. And I thought that was so fascinating. Yeah, we're going to get with Jen and Henry in just a second here. So, bread and business. But guess what? The business portion, guess what they talked about? Kathy, the next slide. The next slide is the D's. Okay, then we got to go backwards. Okay, this is what they talked about. This was a team up presentation 15 years ago where we talked about women and the new economy at that time. At Beth Leopold's event, bread and business, they talked about women and divorce and debt and disability and death of a spouse and losing your jobs to downsizing. Guys, this message still applies today. Do you know that the average age of a widow in the United States is 59 years old and that numbers, I mean, they're getting younger and younger. There are 12 million widows in the United States, 3,000 new widows joining those ranks every single day. So the stats that we had 15 years ago for divorce and debt and disability and death and the stress that women are facing when it comes to finance is huge. And there is a way to mix the two together. So I thought right now, Jen and Henry, would you unmute yourself, please? Because I think Henry, I know that you want to start doing something with this. And what do you want to call your events?
Well, it came to me, it's just dough and dough, we're looking at we're looking at bread and bread, but dough and dough came to mind. And I just think that it's the perfect mix to really, people are fascinated about how to make sourdough bread, but they're obviously got to be curious about why we're doing this. And, they know we care about health. And, but I think everybody today, I heard 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So everybody is looking for a way to get some extra money. And if there's a way to do it without jeopardizing what they're currently doing, there's no stress in that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the way that we say it that's just critical, because people don't want another job. They want a way to add some extra income. And the other day we had our coach suggest that, what would happen? How would you feel if you suddenly got a registered letter in the mail from a lawyer saying you had this odd, unknown uncle who just left you $1,000 a month coming in every month, that left you an annuity? And how would that make you feel? What would $1,000 coming in every single month do for your life? And, once you got your debts paid off, what would you like to do with that? Do you want to travel? Do you want to, if so, where and when, and, all of that. But I think if people think of it that way, it's more, it's not stressful. I think somebody at one point suggested, you're walking on the beach and you find a lamp and you rub the lamp and all of a sudden the genie comes out and says, "What do you want?" I think that's a little more far-fetched. I think people could see a letter coming that they suddenly had this windfall of $1,000 a month. That's very believable. And my God, it would change the world if people had an extra $1,000 a month.
And the big distinction is that anyone can go get a job, part-time job, and make $1,000 a month. It's just that when you build it here, you don't have to keep showing up. It's ongoing. And that's just such a huge point that we need to keep reminding people about, because
where else can you build it once and then get paid for life? I mean, that's pretty much,
that's what
it's not a given that that's going to happen, but it's pretty close.
Yep.
We've had customers for
We've had people who have
years.
so-called quit, and they're still getting $300 or $400 a month.
Yeah,
every month coming in, and you have to remind them. Okay, they're like, I talked to someone about a year ago. He was like, well, it just didn't work for me, and I was like, well, which part didn't work for you? You're making $12,000 a year from what didn't work.
Yeah.
He just had a different vision and he wanted more, but I mean, he's not cashing his check.
Yeah, see, that's what we have. And to get to $1,000 a month is so doable with our marketing plan.
Yes.
You get to that top commission level sales coordinator, and you and a little team, we're talking little team, get 30 or 40 customers as an organization, and you got a comma in your paycheck.
Right.
Yeah. And it's so powerful. So I love that you guys are going to do the dough and dough. And I know, Jen, also, would you tell people again about your Friday night event? Remind people what you're doing on Friday night, because it's
Well,
so,
every Friday night I do Illuminate, except this week it's Wednesday. So Lisa Pebble plays golf on Friday. But a couple of months ago, when Illuminate first came out and I had such a hugely transformative experience with it, we reached out to her and said, what gives? What is this stuff? And we had a nice chat with her. We probably talked to her for like an hour and a half. I
Yeah,
mean,
she was
she just
really
was
generous with the
chat,
time.
chat. It was a great conversation. I was like, I would love to interview you on a Zoom sometime and let you totally geek out on all the stuff you know about food. So we've sort of been planning it all the way along. And this coming Wednesday, not tomorrow, but the day after, I'm interviewing her on a Zoom and just letting her run away with whatever she wants to talk about, basically.
oh my gosh, so you're going to have Lisa on your
Yes,
Lisa,
Lisa
Wednesday
Pebble
night?
this Wednesday.
all comers are welcome.
All comers are welcome.
All right,
Yep.
did you post that on Team Up yet?
Yes, it's in there. The flyer's in there.
All right, I'm going to go back. We're going to go back and we're going, yeah, Jen, what time on Wednesday?
8 to 8:30 Eastern time.
8 to 8:30. Guys, I'm going to tell you, if you're talking Luminate to people, then you're going to want them
You're going to
on.
want to invite them to this call for sure.
Okay.
And you know what? One of the best text messages, you guys know we've worked with various coaches, and then I've been working with the software guy, and the CEO of the software is so brilliant in our industry. He's just an amazing guy. And he said, the best question you can ask is, hey, have you ever heard about adaptogens or nootropics? That's your primary text. Ever heard about these things? You don't have to sell anything. You just say, have you ever heard about them? And they go, yes or no, it doesn't matter. And then
Or what's that?
what are those? I mean,
Well, it's the perfect tell me more.
tell me
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Tell me more. You
Yeah.
created the curiosity. Have you ever heard of adaptogens?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Cool. Tell me more. And
Yeah.
that's what we want. We don't want yes or no. We want cool. Tell me more. Wow.
Right.
Have you ever heard? All right, guys, that like transforms our introduction to Luminate for sure. Thank you. We're going to go back on the Team Up Facebook page and repost your event for tomorrow night.
I just put it there the other day, I think.
Okay.
Yesterday or Saturday. I don't know what day it was there.
Okay. And will it be recorded, Jen? Is she allowing?
I record them all. I just don't want to don't plan on the recording, guys. Build for it like it's a live event. Build for it like your life depends on it. You know what Terry and Henry and I did 30 years ago is we had a one Tuesday a month. It was not recorded. It was a phone call. You just tell people it without a sense of urgency, they won't show up. So you just have to say it's Wednesday. We got Lisa Pebble, for God's sake. I mean, get them there. And if
I mean, for those of you that don't know, Lisa Pebbles developed Luminate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why this is so important.
It's unbelievable. And she has free reign. I was like, you do whatever you want. I want you to geek out on me. And she said, oh, I'm really good at that. And I said, great. So, they're going to be in for a treat, but treat it as if you don't have a recording, please. That is the only way to build for an event.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Well, that was lovely surprise here. Monday night Team Up. Thank you guys. I just thought, because we're talking summer events, John L. Kazarian had a great summer event. John L., you want to tell people what you did?
Yeah, I had a joint party with my Norwex friend, and they have a new skincare line. And she said, we have 4 steps: cleanse, treat, moisturize, protect. And so, of course, what do? I just talk to all of you and say, hey, how am I going to match this up? And Judy Strickler, Daryl, Terry, Paula, everybody was giving me great content. And so we did this event. 12 people showed up out of 450 invitations. No joke. We had physically doing things to our face. She would do that part, and then I would talk about Juice Plus, back and forth. Of the 12 people that night, 5 people became customers of Juice Plus. Never have I had those odds in my life. I sold $120 worth of samples just in my living room. And then the next morning at 8 a.m., a nurse who I've been talking to for 15 years at least, She said, I couldn't sleep last night. My husband said, well, did you order everything? And she said, no, I needed to, be sure. So she ordered everything. So 50% sign up rate, which is cuckoo. And so anyway, that's it.
That's amazing. But also tell us about your son. Jonathan has taken on the mission of illuminating college campuses this fall. Go ahead.
Okay.
Tell
So
your
I've got
story.
two boys in college. One of them is actually just finished his freshman year. He's a partner with Juice Plus. He brought home two friends on Memorial Weekend, and they helped out with a party that I did. And the first morning they were here, I go, okay, boys, let's illuminate. And they're like, what? So I made them with the frother, the whole 9 yards. They're like, Mrs. Kazarian, we don't need a frother. I'm like, you need the frother. So they worked really hard all weekend long. And I told them, I would love to pay you for this event. I don't know if I have any money left over in this. It was a charity thing. And they're like, well, actually, if you paid us, could you pay us in Luminate? And I'm like, okay. So my son partner, ordered it for them as a gift from me through his website. Now these boys have gone back to school, and my son just came back from finals, and he said, Mom, you should have seen it. All the guys in the dorm were like, hey, can you get me some of your stuff? He said, one of my friends says, I need the Focus Pixie Stick. I go, that is the best line ever. I love it. Let's make shirts. So I said, just walk around campus with a jacket and be like, Venmo me $3. This is for you. But they're serious. These boys are serious. And they went home or went back to school. And the one's like, it's just not the same. I need a frother. So I'm going to send frothers to these two boys, but that's super exciting and super fun. Focus Pixie Stick.
Yeah, boy, you're the Luminate dealer. It's a different world than growing up in the 70s and the 80s. Way to go, John L. Way to go. All right, Abby Nowlin, you had a fun event this week. You want to recap a little bit what that was like?
I did. It was fantastic. So I hosted a body, mind, and soul, event on Friday night. My friend, Bree, who is a yoga instructor, came and did yoga for 30 minutes. And then we came inside and did gut health and brain health. And I had Luminate samples. It was fantastic. So I hit, on Juice Plus in the gut health section, and really hit home on the research and our products and all that stuff. And then the gut health or brain health, I dove into Luminate and all of that stuff. So it was amazing. People loved the event. It was just a sweet circle of women gathering and chatting about health. And so I've already had people like, hey, let me know when you do another one. And if you don't have somebody that can teach yoga, you can still do a body, mind, and soul event and incorporate both of those aspects. So it was fantastic. I'm excited to this was the first way that I've presented the information that way. So I'm excited to keep improving on it and working on it. So it was fantastic and really, really fun.
Yeah. And I love the new tagline, eat your stress away.
Mhm.
Love that. That's so cool. All right. Thanks, guys. Wow.
Okay,
wow.
so I'm gonna just jump in here. Last Saturday, we were at the barn, and Henry ran to the market to do a quick errand for me while I was with the
Oh,
horses.
yeah.
It's gonna get me rice cakes, and instead got the Mind Diet. So I've put together a new Zoom on
Fabulous.
your mind, your mental health, your brain health, and it combines Juice Plus and Luminate. So I finished that up pretty much this morning, but I've just got kids coming to town, but we'll do that Zoom for you guys anytime you want to. And that'll replace my Friday just on Luminate, because I think people are struggling a little bit with how do you talk about Juice Plus and Luminate at the same time? And then this will bridge that gap.
Wow. Okay. That's an important tool to have.
Pretty cool.
Okay. And what we'll do is we'll schedule you for a Monday night in July, Jen.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Okay, moving forward, and we're gonna make a note of this. Next Monday night, Steve Millman is going to be on our team call.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Our
Awesome.
new vice president. So Steve and I have been going back and forth, and that's got me so excited. All right, next slide, Miss Kathy. Where are we here in this conversation? This has me so excited.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
a new text messaging SMM service. This is going to go out to every single new affiliate partner that comes to team. And, sometimes, as your organization starts to grow, affiliates come to team and, they're not getting the messaging. It's not duplicating down. Well, guess what? It all stops here. These messages are so cool. And I think it's going to, even if our messaging is perfect to our new affiliate partners, when they start to receive these messages from the company, it is such validation. Remember, and you might say they're repeating exactly what I told them. Well, guess what? Remember the first law of learning. Everybody's going to shout it out. There's Kathy. I see Kathy. First law of learning is awareness. The second law of learning is repetition. Okay, you say it over and finally it starts to sink in. This is going to transform the productivity and the action. Mark my words. I mean, we are just, Juice Plus is just growing up. If you're just new and you're coming to us, you couldn't have come in at a better time. It's like, it only took us 30 years, but damn, we're doing it well. We really are. I'm so excited. So be watching for that. Know that anybody that you bring to team is going to start receiving these text messages. So cool. What's next, Kathy? And the sample boxes now, you guys know that our new affiliates, when they express fast track in 10 days and they get the $100 thank you bonus, they also are they've always been getting the $100 of free samples, but now they're throwing Luminate into the sample box. Thank you, Travis. Also, new affiliate partner welcome calls. And I can't wait. The first one is tomorrow. If you want to plug in and watch it, write down the Zoom ID, take a picture, take a screenshot of this. If you want to log on, participate. So, they're going to have incentives. They're going to have the overview of the product and the company. They're going to have partner stories. Stories are so powerful. The earning, they'll do a little bit about the comp, call to action, resources, a new partner welcome call. Now, I'm not sure how often they're going to do. Does anybody that was on the leadership call, do you remember? Is this going to be a once a month thing, or do we know what that's going to look like? Once a week? I don't know.
I thought they said once a month, Terry.
So probably like maybe the first Tuesday of the month or something, Jerry. Okay. I don't remember exactly. I was too busy, writing down notes and I missed that. So that's important. So once a month, that'll work. It's a great place to start. All right. So Kathy, do you have anything else for me? Yes, yes, yes. Campaigns. Look at everybody go, yes. All right. Yes, for the past couple of years, we've been doing great campaigns. This starts right after the 4th of July. Get ready for it. Not sure what the incentive is going to be, but there will be incentives to get people on the Healthy Starts for Families program. What we're looking for is 5 cakewalk. This should be a cakewalk for our organization. 5,000 new Healthy Starts families. You guys know Healthy Starts is my Achilles. When we started the program 18 years ago, I was part of that group that created the program. We were looking for 50,000 families. We have hit over 2 million. Remember, write this down and be bold and proud about this. This company has given away over $500 million of free product to children. Be proud of that. Be bold about that. So I can't wait to hear what that's going to happen, what that's going to look like. So when I told you at the beginning that, growth is now, this summer, and summer slump not happening for Juice Plus this summer, now you know why, based on the excitement and all that we've shared here tonight. All right, does anybody have any new partners that they want to introduce tonight that might be with us, or any other wins that you would like to share?
Hey, I'm just gonna jump in. I was talking to Michelle at the home office, and I had to make a change with another customer about something. She took a look at one of my customers and she said, you know, she's off of the Healthy Starts, but the child that she was on is not 26 yet. She could just cancel her order and put in a new one. And that was the home office telling me that. And I got to call my customer and say, hey, guess what? You could hop back on. She was super excited. So I really appreciate the home office doing that kind of stuff for us.
Isn't it? I mean,
It's amazing.
they watch I mean, guys, they're like our guardian angels. You know, the home office really has become our guardian angels. They are watching your business, they're studying your business. It's fabulous what they do for us. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else have any wins? Because that's a win. Anybody have any wins that they want to share before we say goodnight?
I wanted to tell you that I reached out to one of my college roommates that I hadn't talked to in many, many years, because we were going to be in Cincinnati this spring, but I didn't get to see her. But she responded to my text, and she is an RN, retired RN. She's now a new business partner, and I'm so excited to have a longtime friend. And she is thrilled to know about Juice Plus. It's going to help her family so much.
Oh
So-
my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, I'm walking away with one of my nuggets. One of my nuggets is, hey, have you ever heard of nootropics? Boom. All right, guys. Know you mean the world to me. I hope you know that you're seen, you're heard, and this is a safe place to come. Okay, I appreciate you all so much. You make my heart just well with gratitude. See you next Monday night, Steve Millman. And Wednesday night, Jen Hageman with Lisa Pebbles. Guys, absolutely. Kelly Ballard, I love you too. Peace and blessings, everybody. Have a good evening. I'm going to the beach.
Hey.